Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I'm sharing my top 10 hair and skin products from 2025. I already did my top 10 makeup favorites from 2025. You might have seen it. If you haven't, make sure to go watch that video. But this is the second video in this series that I'm doing. So I have 10 products here that I tried this year that I loved. And I'm combining hair and skin because I didn't really have enough to do a dedicated hair and a dedicated skin video, but I did have enough to combine them. And I've got 10 really good products here, so I cannot wait to share them with you. If you're new here, my name is Blair. I do all kinds of beauty content here on my channel. I would love for you to stick around and subscribe if you haven't already, but let's just get right into my top 10 hair and skin products from the year. So like I said in my makeup version of this video, these are 10 products that I tried for the first time this year. So they might not all be newer launches, just products that I tried and fell in love with. Before we get started, I did just want to give a summary of my hair type and my skin type. My skin is overall normal. I do have some redness in my skin, so I would say I have a little bit of sensitive skin, but other than that, my skin is pretty normal. I don't really have oily skin. I do have dry skin a little bit in the winter time. So a lot of these products are going to reflect that. But overall, my skin is pretty normal. And then my hair type is very thick, very coarse. I have a lot of hair and I do color my hair. So that's a little bit about my hair and skin before we get into it. So let's get started. Let's start with skin, I guess. So I actually had a lot of skincare products. I had to kind of narrow this down because I've tried quite a bit of skincare in the second half of the year, and a lot of it I really liked. But one of them I knew had to be in this video is this SPF from Creal. This is the Better Screen UV Serum with SPF 50. I tried this a few months ago. I bought it. It was part of Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty, and I'd seen a few people talk about this, but not a ton about it. I love this sunscreen. This is a chemical SPF and it's not tinted. If I'm doing a full face of makeup, I typically will choose an SPF that does not have color. That's what I love about this. This is perfect under makeup. It hasn't caused me any issues. There's no white cast. And especially for this time of year, this is a very moisturizing SPF. So I would really only recommend this for normal to dry skin types. If you're oily, this is probably going to be a bit too moisturizing for you. But if you're dry in the winter and your skin is struggling, you're looking for a good daytime SPF for under makeup, this one is great. There's not a super strong SPF smell with this one either that I noticed, which is really nice. But my top requirement for an SPF is that it does not pill under makeup and it doesn't have a white cast. This has neither of those things and I've been loving it. I'm actually almost out of it. This I will definitely buy again when it's empty. Product number 2 is something I purchased during the fall Sephora sale and I loved it pretty much instantly. I think I actually tried it for the first time in a video in my Sephora sale haul. But it's this product from Experiment. This is the Super Saturated Hydrating Barrier Serum. Thank you to Experiment. They are partnering with me on this portion of this video. So I purchased this myself. I tried it in that video. I really liked it. I continued using it. And then they actually reached out to me and asked if I wanted to mention this product again in a video. And I was already planning to include it in this video. So it worked out perfectly. But this product, I really didn't have a ton of expectations on. I wasn't super familiar with this brand when I bought it, but if you have dry skin right now in the fall winter season, your skin is kind of has that tight, uncomfortable feeling, your makeup's not looking great because your skin is dry, you got to try this product. I'm telling you, you've got to try this. This is 30% glycerin, which is one of the most hydrating skincare ingredients out there. But what I love about this is it's kind of a thicker texture. In fact, I'll put some on my hand so you can see. So this is kind of like a snail mucin kind of texture. Do you see the hydration there? It's kind of a thicker feeling serum, but not thick in a bad way. It just makes your skin feel plump, like it's very hydrated. And this serum, look at it on my hand right there. It does dry down a little bit. It doesn't stay that dewy and wet looking, but if your skin is feeling tight and dry, you need this in your life, I'm telling you. I've been using this actually in the morning and at night. If it was hotter outside, I might only use this at nighttime because it is quite a thick emollient, very dewy looking product on the skin. So after like 2 minutes or so, you can see it. You can still see that like bouncy hydration on my hand there, but it's not quite as dewy looking as it was initially. It leaves your skin really hydrated, and your skin definitely looks like you applied some skincare after using this, but it also has a little bit of a tacky finish to it. So it's actually good for layering products over the top like makeup. Kind of takes the place of a tacky primer as well, because it does have just a little bit of that tackiness to it. Not in like a goopy, thick way, but it does just have a little bit of grip to it. This has been one of my favorite purchases from the Sephora sale a few months ago, and I'm so happy to share it with you. And thank you to Experiment for partnering with me on a portion of this video. I'm telling you, if you have dry skin right now, nothing seems to help. Nothing feels like it's enough. Add this into your skincare routine. I promise you, your skin will thank you. Number 3 is the Paula's Choice 10% Azaleic Acid Booster. I've spoken about this a few times. I bought this right after I had my baby. I had a lot of melasma, not a lot of melasma, but I did have some melasma under my eyes and then a little bit on my nose and on my forehead. I got this because I had seen several things that said azelaic acid was great for redness in the skin or any type of discoloration. So I got this, and I have to say this made a huge difference in my melasma. I had, if you watch my videos when I was pregnant, I had quite a bit of melasma like right here. It was like right under my eyes on both sides. And this I really credit to getting rid of the majority of that, because I still maybe have like the smallest bit of it if you look really close at my skin with no makeup, but most of it is gone. And this is the one product that I applied religiously at nighttime to those areas. And I swear it made a huge difference. This also has licorice root in it, which I've talked about before as well. My skin loves licorice root. Licorice root is very calming on the skin for any type of redness or inflammation. And this didn't irritate my skin, but I do think the licorice root kind of balances out the acid in this with that really soothing ingredient. So I love that they included that. There's also salicylic acid in here. This is also supposed to be good for acne prone skin as well. I do not have acne prone skin, but there is some salicylic acid in here as well. And this is just a lotion consistency. I do know that you can mix this in with your moisturizer if you want to do it that way, or you can just apply it on its own in the areas where you have your discoloration. That's what I did personally, but they do say you can also add it into other products and apply it that way too. But this made a huge difference. I'm almost out of it. Mine's really, really light. I would definitely buy this again, especially if you're struggling with any type of melasma, dark spots, redness, any type of discoloration in the skin. I would recommend this. Number 4 is this serum from Clinique. This is the Moisture Surge Active Glow Serum. This product is extremely underrated in my opinion. I have not heard one single person talk about this, and I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's from Clinique, and Clinique doesn't typically get a ton of love on social media, but this product, this is so good, and this needs to be talked about. This is like a milky serum that's great for your morning skincare routine, and it's kind of like a one and done serum because this has vitamin C, hyaluronic acid, and lactic acid in it. And it's kind of a one and done. So when I use this, I use very little of my other skincare products unless my skin is really, really dry. Then sometimes I'll pair it with some other things, but this is like a one and done serum. If you need a little hydration, a little glow, some vitamin C, and a little bit of exfoliation in there too with the lactic acid, this stuff is great, and it does so well under makeup. I haven't had any issues with pilling, and it's very hydrating. Another great product if your skin, like I was saying earlier, is feeling dry. and tight like a lot of us are feeling right now, because it has been so cold here in South Carolina. It's very cold here right now. It's like below 30 degrees, which for here is very cold. And the air is dry, your skin is just not giving what it needs to give, especially if you wear makeup. I actually bought this for my mother-in-law for Christmas. Hopefully she doesn't watch this video. There's a skincare set from Clinique that has this product in it, and I got that for her for Christmas because I think she'll love this. But this is highly, highly, highly underrated. Definitely worthy of being in my top 10 for the year. Product 5, I actually don't think I've talked about yet in a YouTube video. I've just been using it on my own time, and I love this product from Tatcha. So this is the Dewy Milk Moisturizer. Now, I've spoken about the Dewy Skin Cream before from Tatcha. I've used that for a long time. I used it when I was pregnant. It is a very thick, very glowy moisturizer that I love. But they recently, or I guess it was earlier this year, they came out with this version. It's the Dewy Milk Moisturizer. So instead of being a cream texture, which is very thick, this is more of a milky, liquidy texture, kind of like that Clinique serum that I just showed you. But this is such a nice moisturizer. So that is the consistency there. You can see how it's starting to kind of run down my hand. The Dewy Skin Cream doesn't do that. It's much thicker. So this kind of gives your skin that same effect, but just not quite as heavy feeling on the skin. So if you have oily skin and the Dewy Skin Cream is too much for you, but you still want some hydration and some glow, just not that thick cream, this is great. In the hotter months, I would probably go for this. Right now, I'm okay with the Dewy Skin Cream because, like I've been saying, my skin is dry right now. But in the summertime or just when it's warmer outside, I would definitely go in with this instead. So now there's an option for both skin types, which I think is great. I only bought the mini size just because I wanted to make sure I loved this before I committed to the full size, because Tatcha is more on the expensive side, but I will absolutely be buying the full size of this. Number 6 is a hair product. This was one of the biggest surprises of the year for me when I bought it. I just kind of bought it because it was pretty, honestly, and I ended up absolutely loving this. So I had to include this in this video. I've talked about this at least once, maybe more than that, I can't remember, but this is from MEJ. It's a hairbrush. I bought this during the Sephora holiday savings event, and I've needed a new hairbrush for a while, but I just kind of put it off because I didn't know what to get. I think it was the first day of the Sephora sale. I was just kind of scrolling through. I love to do that on Sephora because a lot of times they have stuff online that you can't get in the store. And I was looking through the hair stuff and I saw this brush, and I honestly bought it, like I said, because it's pretty. Like, how pretty is this? It's like a pink marbled print. And it looked like a good size. It looked like the kind of brush that I typically like to use. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna try this out. But this was expensive for me for a hairbrush. I think this brush is like $52, I wanna say. I did at least save a little bit with the sale, but I figured it had really good reviews. I was like, you know what, I need a new brush, I'm gonna try this. This is my favorite hairbrush I have ever purchased, ever. Now, it is the most expensive brush I've ever used. I was always like a buy like a $10 brush from Target kind of person until this. And now I will, if something happened to this brush, I would just buy another one. It's a mixture of nylon bristles and boar bristles. I don't know if that's one of the reasons I like it. I really don't know, but my hair is noticeably shinier after using this brush. I know that sounds like that can't be true. It doesn't seem like a hairbrush could do that. I swear this brush, something about it just works great for my hair. You can see a noticeable difference in the shine. And I don't have super shiny hair. I have very thick hair, very coarse hair, and my hair is naturally pretty wavy and very frizzy. So anything that makes my hair look noticeably more smooth, more shiny, I will buy it. I will spend the money on it because I don't have that hair type. This brush, I'm telling you, something about it, I don't know what it is, but I'm absolutely in love with it. And I would recommend this to anybody. I think any hair type would like it. Let me know if you're someone that likes a more expensive hairbrush, if you've tried one that you think is worth it. I know for years you heard about the Mason Pearson brushes, but I think those are like $200, or maybe not $200, but they're above $100, I'm pretty sure. This one is $52, still not cheap for a hairbrush by any means, but I think this is 1000% worth the money. I have thoroughly enjoyed it. I would buy a second one just to make sure I always have one, truly. It is so good. If you're in need of a new hairbrush, I would highly, highly recommend this one. They have a few different styles. This is like the medium round style. I think it's called like the flat brush, I want to say, but there are a few different styles. This is worth it. So, so worth it. And also from MEJ, number 7 is another product I saw when I was scrolling through on Sephora, and I bought it just on a whim. And it's a claw clip from MEJ. I know it's a claw clip, and again, I have never purchased like a more expensive claw clip like this ever. I just did it because I was on the website and I was curious. All the MEJ products had really good reviews. I should have done this a long time ago. Number 1, I have a lot of hair. I have thick hair, and a lot of claw clips like this will not hold my hair. I have too much hair. It's heavy and it's thick. This clip has such a strong spring that it actually will hold my hair. I have used this so much. This is a pretty like brown color. They come in a bunch of different shades, but this will actually hold my hair. There's one thing I love to do with my hair is wear it like halfway up. In fact, I had it like that before I was filming this video, and then I don't know, I felt like taking it down, but I love to wear my hair halfway up. But I wouldn't do it a lot of times with a clip like this because I didn't have a clip that would hold my hair. Well, now I do. And you can tell that this is nice. Like, this is high quality. It doesn't feel like it's gonna break or that you would have to replace it constantly. So I'm a big fan of MEJ. I've clearly been sleeping on this brand. I didn't really know anything about it, but I highly recommend both of those products. I really want to try more from them. Number 8 is another hair product, and this is the only product I don't have here physically with me because I use mine up, but it's the Dove Bond Repair 10-in-1 hair mask. Comes in a big tub. It's very affordable. I tried that early in the year. I love a hair mask for my hair type because, like I said, I have a lot of hair and my hair is very thick. It's very coarse. I don't have like shiny, silky hair. It may look like it on the camera. I don't. My hair is naturally very coarse and very frizzy. I just use products that help kind of smooth it out. But that hair mask worked so well for me. I did that like every other time I would wash my hair. I would use that on my hair instead of like a conditioner, and my hair just loved it. My hair was noticeably more smooth, not as frizzy, and I have a lot of frizz. My hair is very, very frizzy naturally, especially since having a baby. It's actually even frizzier now. But that hair mask did so well in my hair. It also smells incredible. It has a really clean smell. I loved actually the whole Dove Bond Repair line, but the thing that impressed me the most was the hair mask. So if you're looking for one, I would highly recommend that one. Great if you have damaged hair, if you have color treated hair, if your hair just feels kind of brittle and dry, I would highly recommend that mask from Dove. It's great, super moisturizing. Number 9 is a product from Crown Affair. So this is their leave-in conditioner. This was also a Sephora sale purchase. This is a brand that I've tried their dry shampoo before. That was the only product I had tried from this brand. I was in Sephora during the sale. I looked at this product. This is another thing I've heard really great reviews of. This leave-in conditioner, read the reviews, they're really good. And if you don't believe that, when I was in Sephora for the sale, I had this in my basket and I was talking to this girl that works at Sephora. We were going over all the things that I had in my basket, and she said, if you get one thing out of this whole basket, it needs to be this leave-in conditioner. She said she was a hairstylist. That was her other job outside of Sephora, and this is what she used on her clients, and it's fantastic, and it is. This is a very lightweight leave-in conditioner, so if you have, I think any hair type could use this. It's not a super like thick cream like a lot of hair products. This one is more thin, I did use this actually on my hair last night. I washed my hair last night and I used a pump on each side of my head. I have, like I said, very thick hair, so my hair can take a lot of product typically. But this, again, when I use this on my hair, I notice an immediate difference in the frizz. That's like the main thing that I look for with hair products is, does my hair look more smooth and less frizzy after I use it? And the times that I've used this in my hair, the answer is absolutely yes. The other thing about this that I love is the smell. Something about me, if I don't love the smell of a hair product, I won't use it. I don't care how good the product is, I won't use it. If I don't like the smell, I just won't. This one has like it smells like a hair salon. You know when you go to a hair salon, they have a certain smell because they have all of those like hair products, conditioners, masks, all the things. It just has a certain smell. That's what this smells like. It's very clean and just such a pleasant smell. They also make a hair perfume with the same scent, and I think that is in my future because I love the smell of this. But aside from that, it also works great in my hair. I think this would work great for all hair types. And number 10 is the Orbe Supershine Moisturizing Cream. Now, this is also a leave-in conditioner, but this is a much thicker product. So I would only recommend this for medium to thick hair types. If you have fine hair, this is going to be too much for you. But if you have a thicker hair type, your hair just lacks moisture, it's frizzy, it's damaged, color treated, you really want to repair it, you want it to look more shiny, more healthy, this stuff is phenomenal. Yes, it is Orbe. Orbe is a more expensive hair brand, but their stuff is great. I've used some of their products over the years, but this is my favorite one. It also has the Orbe smell, which for me is one of the best smelling hair products. The Crown Affair smells incredible too, but this brand in particular, the smell just gets me every time. In fact, I actually have the Orbe perfume. I don't know that I've ever shown it, but I do have it. And it's the same smell as the hair products because I love it that much. So for me, if I applied a hair mask when I was in the shower, I probably wouldn't go in and apply this too. I would just use something a little bit lighter weight. If I didn't use a hair mask and I just used like a standard conditioner, that's when I would go in with something like this. But I'm telling you, this stuff, if you have similar hair to me, a lot of it thick, dry, coarse, damaged, color treated, any of that, this stuff from Orbe is amazing. So those are my 10 favorite hair and skin products that I tried in 2025. I hope you enjoyed this video. These videos are so much fun to film because they're honestly pretty easy to film because I usually know these products instantly when I go to make my list. It's not a hard video to prep for at all because these are just truly my top favorites and the things that have made the biggest impression on me this year. So I hope you enjoyed this. Everything that I mentioned today will be linked for you as always in the description box and in YouTube shopping for you as well. I will also try to link my jewelry, my makeup, everything else if you're interested in any of that. Some of you asked me for those links, so I always try to include that in the description box as well. And please keep in mind, if you do use any of my links, it does support me and my channel. So thank you so much for doing that. And if you're new, I would love for you to stick around. Please subscribe, and thank you again to Experiment for partnering with me on a portion of today's video. I do have another one of these videos coming that will be some lifestyle favorites, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on that. But thank you for watching. I will see you again very soon. Remember, simply be you.